blast him.
Well, I guess it was worth a try.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and guys, like the video, get a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I release great content every day that you don't want to miss. Now guys, Clone Wars, this is pretty much like the wrap up to the whole Bad Batch arc. It's been like a 4-part arc. It's been pretty decent, alright? Like, it's not been a bad arc. Like, going into Clone Wars Season 7, like the final season, I was like, man, I'm gonna see Ahsoka versus Darth Maul. I'm gonna see a lot of cool shit. But when I heard that, okay, the first arc is going to be a bunch of clones, Rex, and he's going to save Echo, I was like, okay, that's okay, but I wasn't coming back to Clone Wars for that. So it was kind of jarring going into the series. But it met my expectation, right? Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like super amazing. Like, man, this is one of the most memorable storylines in Clone Wars history. No, not at all. But still really enjoyable, right? Like, the first part was solid, it was more setup. The second part was really good. And the third part, it was really enjoyable because all the action stuff in that whole Anakin scene where he jumps and he slices, that was cool. But in terms of story, it wasn't really there. But this part is by far the best part of all 4 parts. It wraps up very well, and I definitely recommend you guys go check out this part. If you watched all the other 3 parts, then why miss out on this? And if you haven't watched Clone Wars at all, and you've been waiting to see, hey, is it actually good? Then check it out, guys. Like, check out this 4-part arc, watch it, you'll like it, and then next week we got Ahsoka and Coruscant, like where how Ahsoka left and stuff, what she's been doing, so that should be pretty interesting. First off, let's talk about Echo, alright? I want to get into Echo, because Echo in this episode, pretty much this whole thing, he died at the Citadel, he came back, Rex saved him, and I honestly thought, like last episode when he had like that look, that he was going to be evil. And throughout this episode, they pretty much tease us. They're like, oh, is he evil? Is he not? Because they go into this base, that Admiral Trenches thing, they make like an assault on his base, and they pretty much rely on Echo to beat him. Like, they're like, okay, put in the codes, and you tell us what he's doing. And the Bad Batch, Hunter, the guy who looks like Rambo, and what's his name? Crosshair. Yeah, Crosshair. They're both like, hey, you sure we could trust this guy? And Rex is like, yeah, he's a brother. And Anakin's like, yeah, let's trust Echo. We're relying on you, Echo. I'm like, man, they're putting too much, like, they're relying on him too much. And it feels like each second I'm like, oh, is he going to betray him now? Maybe now? No, not at all. Throughout this whole episode, he doesn't betray him. He actually stays loyal. And there's actually a part he almost like dies. Like, he gets shocked by the thing because, one of like the droids like plugging in and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But by the end of the episode, I was like, alright, so what's the whole deal with Echo? Is he just back and going? Like, I was kind of like disappointed in that. But then the Bad Batch come up, and it all comes together. When they're like, hey, if you don't feel like you could be with Rex, you don't feel like comfortable with it, you don't really fit in, hey, we're always here, we're kind of like Roche, just like you. And that's when Echo actually tells Rex, and Rex is like, hey, brother, we go way back. If you want to go with them, you can, but I won't mind it. Go be happy. And Echo actually goes to the Bad Batch, and the episode literally ends. They're all like saluting Rex, and I really like that. Like, guys, I haven't seen like the whole like 4-parter like unfinished before that. So like I saw like the first part like way back 2015, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So I'm like, man, I want good animation quality. So I'm just gonna wait till they release it, and I'm happy they did. All right, I'm really happy they released this. But guys, Echo's arc, I really liked, like I really thought it was going kind of disappointing, but then the ending really nailed it. Like, how he went a Bad Batch, it just wraps the whole arc together very well. So I'm like, hey, what's the whole deal with Bad Batch, and how does Echo connect to this? And when they connected it, I was like, alright, that's a good wrap up. It keeps you satisfied, you're like, man, this is actually good arc. Now, in terms of Rex, he's good in this episode. He trusts Echo. He actually looks really cool. He has some cool action sequences. And of course, the ending scene with him and Echo is the best scene he's in. But in terms of like this episode compared to other episodes with like Rex was better in the other episodes because he's more like the center of attention more. Like, yeah, Echo's been the center of attention, but Rex has been in that spot. But in this episode, he's not really there. Like, yeah, he's more supporting role, but he still has some great scenes. Now, Anakin. Guys, Anakin is cool in this episode, alright? I like him. Like, he's been cool in the other episodes, but in this episode, he has some cool action sequences. He takes some calls. He goes after Admiral Trench. He kills Admiral Trench. Like, in that scene, when Anakin comes in, he looks kind of like evil. He's all like, grim look. He starts taking out stuff. And I'm like, wow, Anakin's going for it. And then he literally says to Admiral Trench, he's like, hey, I'll kill you if you don't give me the last code. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So they got into the base, right? And they have to fight off all these droids. They take down the droids. Then Admiral Trench pulls up like one thing off his sleeve, and it's actually like a bomb. And you have to have all these codes to like pretty much stop the bomb. And they use Mace Windu to stop the bomb, but there's one more code left, and they can't find it out unless they go to Admiral Trench. So Anakin just tries to get out of him, and Admiral Trench is like, no, Count Dooku will kill me. People will kill me if I do this. Anakin's like, I'm going to kill you. He actually makes it serious. And Admiral Trench gives him the thing, and I'm like, okay, it's all good. Admiral Trench is still alive, but then he tries to fight Anakin. Anakin just stabs him. I didn't think he'd stab him, alright? For real, I did not think that Anakin would stab him and kill him. And you literally see, like, there's no doubt. Nobody can say, oh, maybe he's alive. No. There's literally a scene, you see him, like, try and get out, and then he's dead. Like, they clearly tell you, yeah, Admiral Trench is dead. Now, Anakin gets back, and I like his interactions with Obi-Wan, Mace Windu. Like, he's really well respected. So, as this storyline, this whole season is going to Order 66, it's kind of like, alright, he's well respected by everyone now, so let's change that up and have him become evil. So, I really like that. But guys, Mace Windu. Mace Windu is dope in this episode. Like, guys, if you haven't seen the clip that they released a couple days ago, it shows like Mace Windu and Obi-Wan dropping into the base, and they pretty much just fight off a bunch of droids with like the different clones, and Mace Windu just slashes through it, and there's even a scene he's like, hey, I've in the Clone Wars destroyed like 10,000, maybe even more. I can't really remember the exact number, but he kind of boasts about it. He's like, yeah, I've destroyed a lot, so I'm going to give you a chance to put down your weapons so I'll destroy you guys too. And then the droids shoot him, and Obi-Wan's like, man, that didn't really work. So Mace Windu's like, alright, let's kick some ass. And he like takes out all the droids, and then he's actually the one to stop the bomb. He uses the code, and it's just very calm and collected. Like the scene where they're like, hey, Mace Windu, Echo just went out, we can't find the last code, you got to deal with it yourself. And Mace Windu's like, I got it, you guys go get out of here. If you're in that situation, wouldn't you be like, man, I don't have the last code, I'm going to have to guess it with my life? But Mace Windu's like, yeah, I got it. I'll put my life on the line to just save you all. So that's just total Mace Windu. And guys, his look looks really cool. And me being a personally like Mace Windu fan, like I really like Mace Windu, especially like in the movies. Like I don't like how he died and they never came back. I honestly thought he would come back in Rebels, because who remembers the whole thing where they teased like an old Mace Windu? People put out like concept art, oh, old Mace Windu is coming to Rebels, and that never happened. So I was like, okay, alright, the only way we're gonna get Mace Windu back, like to actually see some content with him, slash some droids, maybe a Jedi battle, was in Clone Wars. And though we didn't see him fight off any Jedi or any like awesome action sequence in terms, he still got a cool scene with him fighting off the droids, and then just showing his mentality like, hey, I'll sacrifice my life just to save you all. And I like that. But yeah, guys, Obi-Wan, he doesn't show up that much in this episode. He just talks to Mace Windu. He's a general, and he respects Anakin, so that's nice. But I would like to see Obi-Wan more in this series. Like, he doesn't have a big role yet. Like, the last episode, I think it was last episode, the one with, like, Padme and stuff, it may have been episode 2, but he actually had more of a role, I think, in that episode than this episode, and that was just, like, one scene. Short little scenes throughout the episode, and they're not really important to the plot. It's just more like, hey, here's Obi-Wan, he's here, and I respect that. Like, I like that they put Obi-Wan in there, but I want more, like, important scenes that I'm like, man, that, like, shows Obi-Wan's character, or just a cool action sequence to show, hey, Obi-Wan still got it, he's still a good Jedi. But yeah, guys, another thing is the Bad Batch himself, Crosshair, he's great in this episode. I think this is the best episode. When he takes down the droids at the end, he puts the things on the side, and he shoots it, goes back and forth. That was really cool. I really like that. And then Wrecker obviously has this thing throughout the episode. He's like, hey, I want to blow some shit up. But he can't because they're going in stealth mode. And finally, at the end of the episode, Anki gives him that trigger and he's like, man, this is the best day of my life. Like, I thought that was a little over-exaggerated, but I still like it. It like defines Wrecker's character. He's a muscle, he wants to destroy shit, and I'm fine with that. And even at the end, when they're trying to echo, Wrecker's like, yeah, we are rogues. And I'm like, hey, we actually saw a little like part into his character other than like the Wrecker part, you know what I mean? Now, in terms of like Hunter, he's just a leader. Like, Hunter was best in episode 1, like he had a lot of stuff in that episode, and maybe a little more stuff in episode 2, but not that much in episode 3 in this episode. But still at the end when he talks to Echo, he's like, hey, if you don't fit in there, you're always welcome to join our team. And I like that, that's good. But the Bad Batch, I would like to see him return like other continuity. Like, obviously they're not going to return this season because there's only 8 episodes left. And that'd be kind of dumb to include him. Like, we gotta get to other parts in the galaxy before Order 66. But still, I'd like to see maybe a comic about them, like what happened to them, maybe them show up on something else, because I do like these characters. Like, I didn't think I would like them, alright? Like, when they like announced that, I'm like, alright, they're probably gonna get killed off by the end of this story arc, they're just gonna be cool for that. But no, they didn't die. They got Echo on the team, there's 5 of them now, and I like all these characters. So I like to see how their story like unfolds further. Some other stuff in this episode is the action, top notch, especially when they fight off the droids in the base. Like, look, they take down the droids, right? And then Anakin's like, hey, Mace Windu, there's about to be a bunch of droids coming your way. And they're like, what? And that's when they get surrounded and they fight those droids off. It's really cool. I like that. And then obviously the animation quality is top notch. Like, guys, the animation quality is the best this show has ever had. Like, it's not like, I thought the last episode had better animation quality just because like that Anakin scene and certain stuff, like the surroundings. But this episode still had awesome animation quality, and it's better to watch it here than like say on like an unfinished version. Like, you would probably like say, well, duh. But some people are like, hey, I'll just watch it unfinished because I've already watched it before, or I shouldn't like watch it now because I already know how the story unfolds. Well, no, you're wrong, because they actually changed some stuff up in the story. Like, yeah, some of the important parts are still there, but they do change up some scenes, and yeah, the animation, it's worth it. Like, yeah, if you already know like some of the story, like maybe 60% of the story, because you watched it like 5 years ago when it was unfinished, I get you. You're probably like, hey, maybe I'm wasting my time. But no, you're not. Like, the animation is worth it, the different scenes are worth it, and it's just cool to see Clone Wars back. But yeah, guys, next week is gonna be like the whole Ahsoka and Coruscant, where she like after like season 5, when she like abandoned being a Jedi and she just went to Coruscant to live her life. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm hoping we have some Jedi stuff with that. I hope it's not just like, oh shit, I'm a bounty hunter and now she's just off on her merry way. No, I want to see some Jedi stuff, because this whole far apart arc, though I liked it, was more clone stuff. And you're probably like, dude, it's called the Clone Wars. I get that. But I do want to see some Jedi stuff, because being a fan of the Jedis and them fighting off in lightsaber battles, I want to see some of that. Not a lot of it, just a little of it. And then the final arc without the whole Mandalore arc with like Ahsoka and Darth Maul. There should be a lot of Jedi fights. Like, that should be pretty dope. But overall, this is a solid episode, a good wrap up to this whole four-part arc, and I'm excited to see what happens next on Clone Wars. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.6 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. Go check it out. But guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. And hell yeah, bro, subscribe to the channel because I know there's great content every day that you don't want to miss. And yeah, guys, that's the video. And peace out.